We always have something that keeps us going as we go through our daily lives. We each have this unique outlook that drives us to where we should go and how we should do it. Sure, we have something that drives us, but have you ever thought of the times when it gets blurry and dull? Staying motivated is the key. And today, in this video, I'm going to share you tips on staying that way. Promises are meant to be kept. We see promises as an obligation that should be fulfilled. Now, making promises towards yourself actually works based on my experience. Like the time I promised myself that if I will work right now on this video, I wouldn't end up actually helping people. Plus, I will get to have more time to work on something new. If you promise yourself the guaranteed outcome if you work harder, your mind will certainly be driven to continue on, since it will be exciting to see the results you get as you promise. It is like chasing the end of the rainbow, except that you actually get to have the pot of gold, which is success. Subsections. Now, I admit it. It is great to see the big picture, to have it kept in your heart and set in your mind. But sometimes, the big picture is hard to consume because it is too much of a big piece. Sometimes, we have to narrow it down and set skipping stones, as we break this goal into subsections that will make it easier for us to accomplish in an organized way. In this method, you will be able to tackle things one by one that lessens exhaustion. We don't really dwell on the fact of draining our energy, since it only contributes to a lack of interest. We break it down to smaller pieces in order to avoid this from becoming a chore. Peers. Like a chameleon, we adapt according to our environment. Another way of staying motivated is by surrounding yourself with the people who encourage you and energize your mood into furthering your journey in achieving. Guys, all of us surely love our friends, but we must always remember that crowd control is important. When was the last time you had a friend that completely discarded you in achieving something? If you look back at it now, that experience tells you that you must avoid those at all costs, because friends are supposed to be our support system. We march to the beat of our own drum. Now, this tip actually contradicts the previous one, though it is important to surround yourself with great supportive environment. We must never forget that we have our own pace, and there is no race to reach success. One way of staying motivated is by not putting pressure upon ourselves. Stressing ourselves about it not only will make it look like a chore, but it will also hinder our energy to go on. This is because of the minimized amount of interest to work on it, since it now has a deadline that it isn't really there. Don't pressure yourself just because everyone else is celebrating. It is your own beat you are marching to, not theirs. You must own it. Another way to stay motivated in life is by making sure you are working for the goal that is yours and nobody else's. It must be you who will plant the dream inside your head. It must be you who will taste the fruits of your hard work the moment you achieve it. You must own that goal. If you own it, it will be easy to stay motivated because you have it in your mind that you're doing this for you. I'm not saying that you must not work for your loved ones, but I'm saying that you must make sure that what you're doing must also be something you dream of and want. We are not puppets. We are our own person. We must do what we love and always what we do. We must be selfish enough to make a moment to think, is this what I also want? Or am I doing it because they want me to, and not because I also want to? Assign yourself a working persona. A sixth tip in staying motivated will be giving the best version of you that suits the situation. In my experience, I will imagine myself being an empowered person who lets nothing get in the way, and will have the ability to work through things effectively. In short, a badass. Same goes for you. Think of yourself as the best version you can be, and empower yourself with that version. Romance yourself. One key to staying motivated is by loving yourself to the point that it energizes you and drives you to achieve more. You romance yourself with positivity that will charge you up and make you feel motivated to to work more efficiently without stressing yourself out. Be your own consistent partner. It is great to rely on other people, but relying on yourself is even greater because of the amount of reassurance you get. You may stay committed to yourself and the things you do, because at the end of the day, we only have ourselves to rely on. When you are committed to yourself, that means you recognize your goals and dreams. You commit to everything you are, and that will shape you up to motivate yourself because you want to make yourself proud. Let yourself breathe. We must never forget that we must take a break and let ourselves rest. We must take a breather and not overexhaust ourselves. In that way, you will be able to look back on how far you have gone and prepare to launch yourself to further into the road to success. You don't have to work 24/7. Great things take time, and as I keep saying, never stress yourself out. Nobody is perfect. Lastly, the last tip in staying motivated is by accepting your own self, which includes your flaws and past decisions you have made in life. You must keep in mind that no one is ever perfect by all means, and past mistakes are lessons learned that you give wisdom to carry on for the future. Don't discourage yourself because everyone has their own limits, and we must do our role in acknowledging and working on it. We love to look at the bigger picture and can't wait to achieve. And motivation is something that drives us. But motivation also requires effort for it to stay there. I hope this video have helped you in many ways, and will further help you in continuing on your journey to achieving what you truly desire. For those who are down in the dumps, it is not over, and giving up is not an option. This is merely an obstacle. We can get through this together. I really hope this video empowered each and every one of us to keep going.